turn up, party turn over. Cups up, and we not leaving this party sober. Call your friends, tell them come over. I say we having a time, yeah. All I need is my good friends and good vibes. All I need is my good friends and good vibes. And I will fret till morning, and I will jump till morning, and I will have them calling. Let me do it again till the sun come up. Let me do it again till the sun come up.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
It's only good vibes. It's only good vibes over here. It's only good vibes. It's only good vibes over here on the air. We don't do that. Let's just forget we heard what we just heard. Anyways, my dear people, it is 9:23. And we are here with thee right here on WE with Roleza and D. I may have interacted with small children for far too long.
What ages were you teaching?
Early childhood, which is early childhood is 0 to 8, but I was teaching like 8 to grade 1, between 6 to 8.
Oh, okay.
I've actually taught all the classes at some point. Yeah, but
okay.
I was based in early childhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So all the little yay and the high energy and the rhyming stuff that you have to have for those little kids.
Oh, that's why. All right. No, I thought you got that because you're a performer.
Oh,
I thought it came from that.
It's probably all in one.
Yeah. Okay.
All together. Now, my dear listeners, it's our final talk segment for the morning. Remember, if you want to speak, we do.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good day, my sisters. How are you? I just want to say a little bit. You don't have to cut me off today because I'm going to be very quiet, very calm. Because I mean, you know that the reason why I'm passionate is because if anybody, my son, hurt you, I'm not going to be quiet. So I'm not disrespectful. I love you all very much. I just want to say that I listened to these two officers. I tried to get one a while ago, Sean Roach and Mr. Thompson, and they were speaking about for many, many years, about over 16 years, I've begged them to help us here because I live 40 years in Annisville. And so if you come out in Annisville, after you pass the roundabout, you come down that long stretch after you meet, by the, after you leave the Ken Thomas building, and you're coming down by that long stretch, and you're coming down all the way down to Randy's. The van drivers I'm telling you, it's a real serious mockery. I beg them put the camera there so that, and this many years, and even up to this year again, and they're not putting, so the guys like, well, you put a camera. Why is it that they're not putting a camera? Because for me, they don't want to catch them. Because, I mean, for me, what is so hard to put a camera? And I'm saying, do you know that these guys come down here? Even when they had this smash up the other day, I spoke about it, and my brother Icon was speaking, put a camera. And one van would overtake sometimes as much as 12 full with people, a van with people in there, 12 vehicles on that stretch. They just cut in and cut out until they reach right down the end. Some of them go right down until they reach the corner. Some of them are worried that they're going to crash over into Randy Place. They're breaking traffic. And these policemen, they come on here and they say, oh, well, we want to put a camera. Do you really understand what is happening to them? Their leadership basically doesn't want that, because for me, one of the difficulties you have is that there is a Minister of National Security. And if he say, well, put a camera, I'll find a way to stop them. And I could tell you that it's not going to stop. The loud music, well, I'm telling you, they put you out left, right, and center. So this van 74 to put me out as a van that my wife drives in. And to say, Deborah, don't go in a van with them loud music. When I did down to, so my wife is sick, and so I went in town. This van pull up because, a lot of them coming with the loud music, I say, boy, 70-42, going to be different. Boy, me go in the van, my sister. When me, man, pick up the music. He say, put it out. And then he turned on me and said, your wife is traveling in this van and she don't complain. And look at people in the van not complaining. Why I think they're not complaining? Because they're afraid, the older people afraid that they'll put them out. And I'm saying we call the police a million times and yet Sean and this guy came on, he talking about police. Let me tell you something. If we don't get the current commissioner out, we don't get the minister of national, we don't change this government, we are going to see dangerous situation with the smash up. So don't make them come on here and fool you all. They're dishonest and we have to get to resign today. I go on, love you all very much.
All right. So Hamo says that they were dishonest. All right. So only one person there was an officer, right? The other person works at ITSD. All right. How to deal with this? All right, so we were speaking on a particular topic, Hamo, and the officer and the other gentleman shared information to the best of their knowledge, all right? Bear in mind that Sean Roach has returned from study and he's only been with the department for about 3-4 months, okay? So this was, I suppose, one of the reasons to why he couldn't go in depth in terms of making the connection with us regarding the use of the surveillance and the other plans and goals, etc., for the police department. All right. The other topic that Hamo touched on regarding loud music. Now, I suppose this is one of those topics that we're going to be talking about every couple of months, because as we've already acknowledged, we do have a particular van culture here in SVG. Radio hosts, year in, year out, will speak about this. We're not sure what is going to happen with it, right? And the most that is happening is that talk can happen, but is enough being done to actually make a change or make a difference? I suppose for many passengers, they're not seeing it, right? Please bear in mind also that passengers are also part of the problem, right? Mm-hmm. While it is that the van drivers, yes, they are the ones in control of the vehicle, they are the ones who are supposed to abide by the law, etc. In many instances as well, passengers while up drivers to the point where, certain things happen. In terms of speaking about persons in passenger vans who don't speak up enough, I suppose many of them just want to get to the destination. And while they're in the van, they're praying that they actually get to the destination safely, right? Yes, it is that we do have control as passengers by saying, okay, if you don't turn down the music or if you don't stop speeding, let me out of the van. Now, persons would say, well, they might actually stop and let you out. But then the other thing that you have to consider is when next are you going to be able to get another van, right? Mm-hmm. Depending on where you have stopped, you're going to possibly find all the vans passing full, right? Many times, as I said, most persons just want to get to their destination. Now, the thing of it is that the control does lie in the hands of the passengers, because if, as a customer, if collectively we make a stop or we put a stop or we put our foot down with regards to certain things, then maybe drivers would take us seriously. But they can't take us seriously when there are many passengers who are encouraging the same type of behavior. So chicken and egg situation, I don't know what is going to happen in terms of where there is going to be that change, right? From the standpoint of the law, yes, there are things that police officers can do, but are police officers stationed everywhere? They're not. Right? So that's just my general thoughts. Stay with what Hamo said.
I agree with quite a bit of things that you said there. It's just the other day I was thinking how tired I am of these vans and the van drivers, which is what I use because I do not own a private vehicle. But like you said, it's a topic that has been going on for a very long time now. The behaviors are not changing. I guess we can no longer rely on the passengers because, well, I shouldn't probably say rely on the passengers, but we're probably going to have to look more to the law. And I'm hearing the talks about the cameras and other things that are being implemented. Like I mentioned, I am seeing a lot more traffic police on the road at night. I never used to, I can't say that I was seeing them before like that, but I'm seeing them a lot more, and they're usually in groups.
All right.
We have a call? Okay, no problem.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Let me see if I could add my little 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So, up front, I have well, I don't know if there is anything about 0.0, but I have 0 tolerance with these van drivers. I agree with what you say, that you tell them about the loud music, and then you're afraid that they will put you out. Hell knows. It's in Vincy, it's in Vincy, it's 2 by 2. So even if it's 12 o'clock at night, somebody else, you could be able to get a ride. So the notion about they put you out the van and when are you going to get another ride? That is rubbish.
No, I know.
The passengers, yes, well, that's my view. Remember, it's my view.
Yes.
Right. The passengers too is encouraging it too. And with the speeding and so on and thing. Look, on 2 occasions, I'm in a particular area and I saw this van come around the corner and 2-wheel. I tried to contact the police and so on. The police said, yes, I saw them, and I hear the big music and so on. That is as far as that thing. When I already give them the van number and everything. Anything done? So I agree with Mr. Hamilton too. We'll get some cameras there and so on, because the first thing you're going to hear is that the police can be here, there, and everywhere. The camera will be here, there, and everywhere and get the information. Mm-hmm. So I have zero tolerance. This morning I coming down and I saw one hitting somebody by Aunt Job upon some pool. I just say, let me just get out of this here and hear me. I'm going to say this and you might think that to tell you how zero tolerance. If my wife and my family and I want them not to go inside this van here, and they call up and calling me that if there's a road going up so free and to come wrong, that's the road I will take and leave them there. Zero tolerance with these van drivers. Thank you.
All right, no problem, caller.
I feel the passion. I feel the passion of the caller. As well as Hamilton before, because as somebody who uses these vans, it's very frustrating. It is annoying. I've gotten to the point where I am really annoyed. And before, I would be one of those persons who would like the officers to get them a little ease up. Certain times if they stop at a certain place, just get them a little warning. Me right now, listen to me. I do your worst. I do not care. I no longer care. I have no sympathy to say sympathize with them. If they stop where they're supposed to stop and you have to give them a ticket. If one van have to get 10 tickets in one day. If it's so, because we are tired. There's so many accidents that are happening and they would not stop. My friends got into an accident the other day in Vermont. Just after they had an accident and Vermont vans got into an accident, a conductor died. And then
subsequently died.
Well, yes, well, not at the same time, yes. And then a few days later, vans from the same village carrying on with their foolishness. And then there was that accident with my friends, and thank God that they were all okay. And it's just so overbearing. They're still speeding. I don't mind riding in vans with music because I honestly don't like to be in a quiet van. I want to hear music. But some of them want to take it too loud, and sometimes it's like the conductors controlling the drivers because they're telling them how high the music should go.
But the conductors actually run the vans. In case you didn't know, they actually run the vans.
They could tell the driver we must wait for turn back, and that's the other thing I hate with them. But I'm so upset they don't go where they're supposed to go. And Vincentians, why did we start walking to go meet vans in the first place? That is one of the stupidest things I ever see we doing, walking to go meet van. I see people now and leeward side reaching all at water authority. Me now walk go then if me have a sleeper tongue, release and me now walk go all the way at water authority to meet no van. If I don't get no van, I will sleep at Toggle.
But you walk into meet the van. Is it a case where there are certain communities that there's a shortage of vans?
But then the thing is, if nobody never walk in the first place, the van have to come and meet we.
Well, that was the other thing because and I noticed. Well, the one-off occasions when I actually take a van, I noticed recently when I had to take a van, how empty the bus terminal for Leeward side is because
around
people
that time.
aren't inside. The
It
bus
depends on the
terminal.
time, yeah. They start to walk at a sort because that thing done established from since however long ago. It's already in place, and so now everybody just had to fall in and just follow because they come and meet people doing this.
Well, what it was for
and it's the
me,
norm.
it was the bus terminal initially. Then it was outside by Gibson's. Then it was by Massey. Then now I see people, as you correctly said, walking up because even on evenings, afternoons, I will see people as far as Windsor.
Yes.
You know, so Windsor area. So, but this is exactly what it is. I'm saying, Dianna, it is also our fault as citizens and as passengers. Right? But remember as well, too, it's the inconvenience. Now, am I going to wait in a bus terminal? Let's say I live Camden Park, and so Camden Park has a big population and persons catching vans, and they have enough vans, yes. But do I want to wait that long to be rushing towards a van, or am I going to take the chance and walk up to CWSA and then hopefully be the first person to get in the van?
But that's what happened now. So that's what happened now.
So part of it also
people
goes
walking
back to
now,
us.
yeah.
Hi, Coach. Good morning. Hello?
The van drive, morning. The van drivers do hold back the service when they have a grievances with the road or something. You have grievances or they hold back all the service, just tell the boss what now. We can't come to work today because we're demonstrating. We ain't taking no van to come in town.
Jojo, you really think that Vincy's and Vincy bosses are going to understand?
Tell me
that walking thing and what was it? There was a protest action that happened during the civil rights movement. You know, where persons for a whole year plus did not take the bus, but I don't see it happening here for us. I honestly don't, Kojo.
No, you have to put your foot down. You see.
But you see, Kojo, the problem is that putting your foot down, but is it going to be a collective foot that's going to be put down? Because some persons might say, I'm going to stand my ground on this particular issue. So Dianna might say she's standing her ground, but me with my load coming from a supermarket on an afternoon, not going to be walking. What is this I'm going to do? Am I going to ask the man to put me out?
Listen to what you just said to me just now, that you start walking, you should be catching the van in Tokyo. You know, you take it outside, then you got to Maxi, and you know you got to walk. So if I live in Lowmans and I don't walk all the way up to Water Authority with my load, why waiting for van for? I just continue walking and go.
So you still see there would be a collective position on it, because some persons are just going to continue doing what they want.
You know, there's a thing we say, hit them with hurts.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you in terms of taking a stand collectively, but we know that many persons don't take collective stands here.
Yep.
Even when the vans pull off the road, you still see some vans out because they could make the extra money that day.
Kojo, let me tell you something. I used to walk in Cleverly, yeah, and the vans would normally Cleverly vans don't catch you going in the morning, they may reach in Cleverly, they never pass the welcome to Cleverly sign. They might turn back before they even reach the Alan Marlin Hill, they will drop you out before they even reach in Cleverly. And sometimes the passengers waiting themselves because we're in a walk down, we're kind of walk. They're causing when we met noise with the van drivers.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. I will never take a man who do me that. That's what I'm telling you.
But the thing is, limited, and it's all of them doing the same thing. I used to want to do that, but all of them doing the same thing, every single one.
No, people need to make a stand, because just now they will drop you from your door to your door, they won't even move.
We could only hope, Kojo. We could only hope.
You'll get in the van, and you come right back out to the van.
Yes.
It look like all it. It look like it look just now they ain't gonna run going away.
Yeah. All right, Kojo, thanks.
I mean,
all right. Hi, caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
I'm picking up on your issue there. Briefly, quickly, there is indeed a shortage of van we have in this country. That's one of the issues. And then everybody becomes spoiled. You know, you walk up the road, somebody's in front of you, you want to pass them, so the crowd reach up at water.
Yes, Mr. Porter, yes.
Who know me so well as Mr.
You want to honor your voice, eh?
Okay, all right. Anyway, what we have suffered in Vermont in the last two recent accidents, I think it's really hurting. My daughter was in the one that got slammed in Vermont. When I went down the road, she was traumatized. So I am believing that the authorities have to get down, get van drivers and owners, get into a conversation, think about speed bump, think about speed limits. I came from a country just a month ago and I saw what they've been doing, and we have to implement things because somebody is going to get vexed somewhere. I heard a man said that if he's anywhere and a van driver kills somebody, he's coming out of his car and he's going to beat that driver and half kill him. You could imagine people thinking so. I'm not saying that should be the case, but they will get people angry.
Yeah.
So I think I've said plenty. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You know, one of the
Bye.
things that I always say though, when they do this half drop business, you're not getting my full money. But collectively, if persons do it collectively, then the vans would take persons to where it is supposed to carry them.
Listen to me. Every day is me and them. Roleza, every day me and them in take because they instead of driving, even the ones I normally have things in Kingstown, and to be honest, when I'm very tired or if I'm in a little bit of pain, I take a van from bus stop to a Peacemo. Then I reach a Peacemo. Sometimes I'm a turn off and go over some hill. Listen, every day me and them van drivers. They're not driving the routes that you know that they're supposed to drive. You have to be asking them. When you go in, you go to them, you have to ask if you're going here or if it's here, you're going up.
You say you're going straight into town, you know, where you're stopping off, you know. I really and truly, I mean, it is a topic for discussion, yes, but it is one of those topics that we're going to keep talking about because it has to do with a change in behavior and a change in attitude, both from the drivers as well as the passengers. And if passengers realize that they do have the strength, if they stand together collectively, then the situation can be changed. But everybody for themselves.
Yep.
Right? Everybody for themselves. I am not going to stand up in Tokyo because I want to walk to Massey or wherever. It means that I'm going to get a van. I reach home and I don't care about where it is that the van's really supposed to be reaching.
Yeah, and then
I
the
don't
next
have to
person
care.
now is forced.
Okay. I didn't get it.
And then the next person is forced now to do the same work because if you stay down, there's nothing coming down there to meet
and
you.
all it is like a relay race because you get to one point, somebody has to go further. So soon enough, you're going to reach Gibson Corner. All you just wait and see they reach Gibson Corner. Morning, Anita.
Good morning. You take so long this morning.
Sorry.
I think, no, man, no, sorry. It's okay. And listen, every problem has a solution. You just have to look for it. And it's about time. I agree with the gentleman before. It's time that we put down some sleeping policeman. We used to have those before. You don't think so? That we should go back to that?
In some areas, yes, I can see where it's needed, and they do it a lot. Most of the school zones.
Yeah, but listen, it reach a time now where you have to put it everywhere because listen, if you put it in a school zone, the van driver will still look to turn around at another place. So let's convince. If that is what they want, give it to them. Yes, if they want sleeping policeman everywhere, you do that. Trust me, behind an island blind, that will work. That's the only solution. Just behind an island blind.
I never heard that one.
Well, right. Yes. Well, listen, if somebody stand up behind an island blind, you would see them, right? But then still don't trust them. It's just a Barbadian saying. It's Mom, you can't trust the body behind an island blind.
Okay, I never heard it before. That's right. Okay.
Okay. You know, like sometimes when you break a sweet bread, right, and it start having strands, what we just say?
I don't know what we just say. I never hear anybody say anything.
Well, right. The baby say, "More, I can't eat that. That got blinds, yeah."
Okay.
You know, you see that strand if it's torn, right? Yeah. So they would say it's blind.
Okay.
All right then.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.
Thanks. Yeah, and you know the other thing too, when you realize is those short drop trips, they carry on the horse, I think. the short drop trips
Tell
carry
me
on the
about
worst.
it.
And even you just have to pass through stages in life. So even when it is I was in college, the things that I might look to comment about now, I wasn't doing it as a student, right?
Even
So
like it.
it does take some maturity as well, and for
Yeah.
you to realize the dangers that you're putting yourself in. Because yes, when I was going into college, we would go in the hot vans, the vans playing the loud music,
Yep,
the vans
fast.
driving on the sidewalk to avoid traffic, one van in particular. And when we move in as a crew. So no person being left behind. So if it means sitting down in somebody's lap, we're doing that, So the lawlessness has been going on for decades, right? For decades. But it does take the maturity of the driver. And you know what it is as well, too? It also goes back to maturity in a sense where now as an older person, I would not take the risky vans, right? I would take the van that is going to, and more so it would have possibly like an older driver as well. I would take the van that has the older driver, the one who's going to carry me down where it is my gap is, because I just have to walk a distance, right? So I would take those vans. But it took maturity, because no way when I'm going to school, you're going to necessarily see me rushing to take those vans. So it does take a bit of maturity, but as I said before, it's a change in behavior and a change in attitude. Maybe if things are regularized in a particular way, in that you take it out of the hands of private ownership. Now, most times persons don't want to hear of a government regularizing anything. But should we probably regularize the bus system here in SVG?
Well, if the government does that, I cannot be upset with them. I will be very glad. Van drivers, I'm sorry I use your service now, but you're not offering us a good service. So if the government has to do that, if it's that, is that.
It would mean that you don't have the quote unquote hot van standing out anymore, because all that might be just be like in Trinidad, you have a band, right? A band on it to state where it is that they're going to. So no more of the graphics that are going to be done. No more loud music that's going to be played, because everything has to be played on a particular level, right? Observing of the speed limit. Now, speed limit in Vincy is as a driver, how would I say, is a kind of thing, right? Because it depends on where it is you're driving. So would there be rules in place for how you transport children? That sort of thing. So is it a case where it needs to no longer be in a private sector industry, and the government has to put measures in place to regularize it? Maybe that's the only way in which we're going to get the standards that the passengers want to see. But I can also see passengers kicking up about it.
They go vex and they go cost, but as a business, because if you don't want to fix it, it's up to you. Because if you have the chance to address the issue and you don't want to address the issues, well, somebody had to address it. We just tell the government to sort out the problems, right? So if they sort it out, then if it's so, it's so. And with that, we will be leaving our Activated Mornings segment here on WEFM as we head out to bring you